Welcome to Chow Time. Each and every Friday I bring you a brand new recipe. It's always easy and it's always interesting. This week's episode is, well, talk about easy. I mean, I'm almost embarrassed to do it. It's so incredibly easy, but I make it all the time during the grilling season. And so I'm going to make some tonight because a couple friends of mine are coming over, Brooks and Terry, and they're stopping over for a glass of wine. This is the perfect accompaniment to the glass of wine. It's called Tuscan Toast, and it's only a couple of ingredients. It's fantastic, but not only that, there's a very interesting story to tell behind the origin of this recipe. But first, a word from our sponsor. Hi, it's Robin Bensley here for Dramatics Hair Salon in Lakewood, Ohio. And I am here with owner Colleen, who is my savior. And you have to back me up on this. This is a true story. I was in need of someone fresh to look at my hair. So I literally took the yellow pages, opened them up to where it says hair, poked a finger in there, and came up with Dramatics Hair Salon. How brave is that? I was really nervous. But I came here, and I can tell you this, I have never had a better highlight job in my life. I mean, my hair is all natural. I didn't mean to say that.
Yes, don't tell anyone.
And I've never had a better haircut. And the cool thing about Dramatics Hair Salon is this is a little neighborhood place, and it's casual and fun, and the prices reflect that. I've always wanted to ask you, if you could do anything with my hair, anything in the world with my hair, what would you do?
Oh, I don't know. We could twist it up, big beehive, just to make it a lot huger, like the 50s.
And the entertainment is free when you come here, too. I just love this place. And if you're in need of some fresh eyes to look at your hair and you're sick of paying giant prices to maintain your hair, please come to Dramatics Hair Salon. In fact, here's the number to call for an appointment. It's 216-226-0500 and ask for Colleen. While Brooks and Terry are opening the wine and letting it breathe a little bit, we're going to make some Tuscan toast. The most important part about this recipe is the quality of the ingredients. For Tuscan toast, you need a loaf of rustic country Italian bread, like a pugliese type bread. It's got to have a nice hard crust on it, and it has to be kind of a peasant bread. That's really important. You can't use any other kind of bread for this recipe. And for the olive oil that we're going to use, it's got to be a fine, rich, deep quality olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, not just any old olive oil. This is where you use the gourmet stuff. Okay, we're going to slice some thick slices of this pugliese bread. First I'm going to cut the ends off, and we'll give those to the birds. And you know, if you set a loaf of bread up on its end like that, it's just easier to slice. So we're going to cut nice, like 3/4 of an inch thick slices. Okay, the grill is preheated. It's on high. So I'm going to take my slices of Italian bread, set them up there at a nice angle where you're going to get some grill marks. Oh, by the way, I have a little confession to make. I never start the grill. I always have my husband do it, because if you've ever had a grill blow up in your face, you never do it again, and I sort of like my eyebrows. Let's flip them over. And then we drizzle on the cooked side just a little bit of olive oil. We flip them real quick. give them another little olive oil bath. All right, and then you top them off with some coarse sea salt. Little sprinkling on each one of coarse sea salt. Here we go. Okay, Brooks and Terry.
All right.
I need some wine. Brooks, cheers.
Cheers
Terry,
to you, Robin.
cheers. And I hope you like the Tuscan Toast. Now, I do have to tell you the story behind Tuscan Toast. There are all these villages in Tuscany, Italy, that tourists never see because it's almost like time travel. Life there hasn't changed for a couple of 100 years. And the families that live there, they grow all their own vegetables, they grow all their own fruits, they grow their own grapes to make wine. It's usually kind of not that great wine. It's a little bit harsh. But, and they don't have ovens and stoves and microwaves in their little tiny houses. And so there's a communal oven or grill right usually in the town square. And so when they go off and they catch a wild boar and they're going to grill it and share it with the townspeople, they will sit around and drink, while the meat is cooking, they'll drink their wine. But the Italians believe that you should never, ever drink a glass of wine without eating something with it. And so they make their handmade breads. They're very peasant, rustic, handmade breads. They make those and they throw them on the grill with a little olive oil and some coarse salt, and that's what they eat with their wine when all the meats are grilling. And that's the story behind Tuscan Toast. What do you think? And you know what else is amazing too is when you think about the fact that they grow all their own vegetables. I mean, lettuces and carrots and potatoes and stuff, and they just harvest their own food, and they have to make sure that their families have enough to eat. And so they really, truly live off the land. And they've been doing this for centuries in these little tiny villages, and they're so off the beaten paths, and they're very poor villages, some of them, and a lot of people just never ever see this kind of life. But that's how rustic and basic this recipe is, and I think the fact that they drink it with some pretty bad wines. I like the fact that you can drink it with a really nice wine, which thank you very much for bringing this over. And it's not like they, just run to the corner store and buy a bottle of wine. No, they have to grow the grapes, and they have to harvest the grapes, and then they have to stomp on the grapes, and then their feet turn purple, and then they're, like embarrassed to wear sandals. And I think about these poor villagers, and, not only do they not have any ovens or dishwashers or microwaves, but, they just don't have, a lot of the household conveniences that we're so used to. I mean, that's not the kind of life they live. I mean, I don't even know if some of them even have sinks. I mean, imagine life without even a dishwasher. You'd have to, get some rough soap and wash everything by hand, and you don't know if you're getting all the germs, and it's such a convenience to have, a dishwasher. It's just, life would be so rough like that. And, like a garbage disposal, you just take that for granted, don't you? You just have a garbage disposal. Well, they don't. They just have to take it all the way down to the little village dump. And imagine having to, go catch your own food. I mean, they have to go spear a wild boar, and they have to go catch a wild turkey, and, go chasing after a duck. And I imagine they would just, eat a lot of soup, with the vegetables. They'd cut them up and put water and, eat a lot of soup, and that would probably be what they would